welcome to After the Bag. It's Kaywin. On this episode, I'm going to show you how I made more out of a clear charm we recently found in a world's smallest Mushy set. The charm itself is a clear acrylic, and I thought the best way we could spruce this up is adding some resin. It already has a nice bezel on one side, so that's going to help a lot. I'm using resin I got from Sophie and Toffee. A link to their site is in the description below, and if you use that link, you'll get 10% off your order and you'll help me out too. So I'm using the white UV resin first on the smooth side so that the color that I would be using on the bezel side would be seen better. And I'm using a silicone tool to push the resin out to the edges. And to make sure that you don't have any bubbles in the resin when it cures, you get to use Then I used a UV light to flash cure the back. Next I used a UV resin we got up from Amazon. The name, unfortunately, it's in Chinese and Google Translate did not like it. But I start with a translucent yellow and fill that in the cone area. I got the bright idea to add the mica powder after I started on the UV resin, but luckily I had a thin enough layer that I just used a paintbrush that I dusted into the mica powder and tapped it into the beveling, and then I flash cured that in the UV light. And then I just used more of the gold resin on top to fill in the bevel. Next I added purple mica powder into some translucent purple resin. And filled in every other line in the swirl on top. Again, using the silicone tool to push it into every little corner to make sure it's all covered good. And it helps that I use that white UV resin on the back so that I can see where everything is going. And then apply fire to make sure all the bubbles are gone. And I repeated the same steps for the pink mica powder into some pink UV resin in the remaining swirl lines. And I'm sorry my big fat head got in the way, but I like to make sure that I get it in every little crevice. This time I brought out the heavy-duty USB UV light. Once that was all cured, I used 2 little blue rhinestones for the eyes. I used UV resin underneath to attach them. And I cheated and used an ultra-fine tip Sharpie to make the mouth, which I dropped a dot of UV resin on top of, quickly cured it so that it wouldn't smudge. And then I domed it with clear UV resin and used the silicone tool again to push it out over to the edge. I used a toothpick to hold it so that I wasn't moving it all over the place. And back under the lights again. I think it's turned out cute so far, but I'm not done yet. I used some stickers that we got out of a Party Pop Teeny Pack and put them on the back. I used a little bit of UV resin to stick them down. And then I just put rhinestones all over the place. I should have stopped at 3 or 4. And as you'll see, I didn't. But come on, can you ever have too much sparkle? Okay, yeah, you can. But, you know, this I think was okay. Gotta pop all those bubbles. You don't want to see that. And back under the light again. And there she is. See, I think that's just the right amount of sparkle. So see, you don't have to just leave these toys alone. You can do so much more with them. This is something fun. I really like the way that the gold filled in. It looks like a waffle cone almost, the texture I got with the mica powder there. Like I said, I think that's just enough sparkle on the back. You can take these toys and make them into more. These are not just kid things. Look at that. I think it turned out great. And it took maybe 25-30 minutes. You know, of course I take longer than some, but you know, do more with the things that you get and have fun with what you find in the world. I thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe to our channel. And if you'd like to see more of my art, please visit me over on my channel, and we'll see you over for a Gallimaufry soon. Bye bye.